for their independence. History of our judges, if you are acquainted with it, have suffered a lot from dictatorship, and they always became victorious. This time also, we certainly will gain our battle. Judges are the supreme mechanism, as you know, for the protection of human rights. And the Egyptian judges have always been the protectors of human rights in Egypt. And we assure you that we will not retire before we achieve that. Thank you.
Having listened to this very emotional and engaged speeches of the first part and having seen the video, it's not easy for me to find the right words. First of all, to thank you for having invited me. Thank you for the warm welcome. And this is not only my critics, but it's also the critique of all the 80 other members of the International Association of Judges, and the expression of their support for Egypt's judges and for Egypt's population, because an independent judges is for the population, not only for the judges. It's right, I am president of a district court, first instance court in Vienna, Austria, but it's not right that I am judge at the European court. I already told you that we have 80 members. Each country can have only one association, being member in the International Association. And we have 6 associations which apply for membership, among them the Egypt Judges Guild. Of course, there are some requirements to become a member of the International Association. There will be a commission to look into this association. And these requirements are that it is an independent association, that it is an association which is representative for the judges in the country, and that it has the same goals like the International Association. One of the most prominent goals of the International Association is to foster and protect the independence of the judiciary. And here with these distinguished participants, I don't have to tell you how important the independent judiciary is in each country. This is the reason why when the Egypt Judges Group informed us about the situation, especially the fact that a great number